All right, now we just pulled these ribs off. Oh, yeah.
Buddy.
Happy 4th of July,
Happy
everybody.
4th of July, everyone.
Oh, look at these things.
Yeah, we're about to take you through the rib process.
Yum.
Yeah. But these things are already done. We did the 3-2-1 method, right?
Absolutely, 3-2-1 method. Now, a lot of folks get it wrong. You guys are doing it wrong out there on the internet. You're doing the 3-2-1 method wrong. Most folks will go 3 hours cooked inside of the grill.
Yes, sir.
2 hours cooked, wrapped inside of the grill, and then an hour
of
unwrapped inside of the grill.
That's right.
So that's wrong.
Totally wrong.
All you people are wrong.
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 Wrong. And that's why your ribs are coming out messed up.
Mushy.
Up. Yeah.
Mushy and overdone.
Overcooked. Bones just dropping out.
Oh my God.
Can't even pull them out of the aluminum foil.
And it's the internet's fault.
It is.
They are the reason why the 3-2-1 method is so distorted now.
Yeah.
Whoever invented it, shout out to them. But the original person that invented it wanted you to cook your ribs unwrapped for 3 hours, wrapped for 2 hours, and then allow them to rest for 1 hour.
I said.
Not cook an additional hour, but wrap.
Well, and while they're resting, Jody, that they are still kind of like cooking a little bit.
That's right.
That temperature's dropping.
Carryover cooking.
Yeah, very slowly. So that's where that extra tenderness is going to come from. You don't have to. Y'all are overcooking your ribs. They're dry. I've tasted them, and I won't speak on anyone specifically, but you know who you are.
Yeah, you know who you are. We've got some loin back, baby back ribs here, ladies and gentlemen, but these are absolutely amazing. Now, this would not be possible without the set it and forget it precision temperature control of that recteq PID controller.
That's right. That's what it's really, really all about. And it not only is it holding your temperature and to cook the food perfectly for you, it is actually giving you more time back to do what you really want to do.
That's right.
You don't have to stand over there and keep feeding that grill, putting charcoal in it, putting wood chunks in it. No. We got it all figured out for you.
Set it and forget it. Truly, set it and forget it. Technology, ladies and gentlemen. We were inside the entire time monitoring our cook on these ribs. We didn't even have to come out here in the heat that we are in right now.
Blistering heat here.
Man, it's like 98 degrees. Shout out to everybody in Augusta. I feel bad for y'all having to go through this heat wave right now. So we got some residual sauce that we're just going to throw on this other guy right here.
Now, which out of the two, which do you prefer? Like, what is your?
No, I definitely prefer St. Louis cut spare ribs for sure, Chef John. Just because they just got so much more meat.
Yep.
There's just so much more meat.
Why do you think the allure of the baby back rib? Like everyone's like, oh, I love baby backs. Why is that?
You know, I'm not 100% sure, big guy. I'm sure it's a Kansas City issue.
Okay.
You know,
good media is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Good media.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to turn down any rib. Beef rib, pork, spare ribs, baby back ribs. I'm going to eat them all. And you'll see the difference once Jody cuts up the spare rib. But there's just a lot more meat on a spare.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And see, like these baby backs they're smaller, so I'll actually cut them into 2 bone sections right here, ladies and gentlemen.
That's smart.
But ribs are absolutely amazing for 4th of July.
Yes.
Because the grill does all the work. You can literally put them on, set it, forget it, ladies and gentlemen, come back in 5 hours and you're done, right?
Yep.
You don't even have to do the 3-2-1 method.
Nope. You could just leave them dry cooked the whole way on the grill.
That's right.
And they're going to be beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that big guy.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
My goodness.
That looks absolutely amazing. Shout out to everybody watching. We appreciate y'all.
That's right. Well, all 95 of y'all, I want to remind y'all that we do this every week. Every week we're going to go live on TikTok. So set your reminders. Tell your friends. And that way you never miss out.
And YouTube and Facebook.
That's right. That's right. Now, I am a huge fan of the spare. Now, there's a couple different ways you could do the spare. There's like a more traditional way where you don't trim it as much. And then you have like that competition style where you're taking off that chine bone on the top, squaring it up. But that's for another day.
Right.
We're just doing the
4th of July special,
baby.
That's
right. That's right. And speaking of 4th of July special, you guys and gals out there, make sure y'all head over to recteq.com. Check out that website when you get a free minute. We have a ton of recipes on there that is going to set your 4th of July off, for sure.
Things are great.
Yeah. They smell delicious.
Shoot, yeah.
Absolutely delicious.
I like to flip them over and have the bone side facing up. That way it makes it a little bit easier to cut. But I still screwed it up. But we're talking about 3-2-1 ribs today.
Yes.
And we're talking about how everyone on the internet is wrong. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, wrong.
Why? Because everyone on the internet assumes that the 3-2-1 method is for a total of 6 hours cooked.
Overcooked.
Okay, that is completely wrong, Chef John.
Yes, sir.
The 3 hours is correct. 3 hours unwrapped, cooked, absorbing that smoke, getting that heat, creating that bark is right. 2 hours wrapped, additional hours is right. What we want to do is we want to go ahead and continue to cook while also maintaining that bark, right?
Yeah.
And then the additional 1 hour unwrapped cook is wrong. That's where that sound effect comes in for the video later. The one does not signify 1 additional hour tacking up the sauce. No, that 1 hour is let that bad boy rest 1 hour. Why? Because all of those delicious flavor and moisture molecules are bouncing around on the inside.
That's right.
They need time to settle down and make their way back to the center of that meat.
That's exactly right.
And wrapping them and allowing that meat just to sit in that sauce while they rest allows it to absorb and get that extra flavorful deliciousness. And this is competition style. A lot of competition cooks will wrap their ribs just like our 3-2-1 method.
Shoot you out. And guys, it could not be any easier on your recteq. The grill takes all the work out of it for you. All you really need to do is season her up, throw her on, and then you're halfway there. Give her a wrap, you're pretty much there. You're slicing and dicing an hour after that, man.
Yes, set it and forget it technology, especially paired with the recteq app. Makes it absolutely amazing and easy. Devin, are there any good questions out there from anybody? I know we got a lot of folks watching.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all.
We sure do.
Make sure you double tap in the screen. Make sure you share this all over the internet.
We sure do. We appreciate all of y'all.
But I want to remind you about that giveaway.
Droopy as my BFG keeps burning into the hopper after shutdown. Any way to stop that?
Yeah, absolutely. Give us a call, 706-922-0890. There are quite a few things that you can do to prevent that. But with the BFG, there's a couple of other extra stuff. So give us a call, brother man, 706-922-0890. I'll tell you, clean your fire pot, make sure your smokestacks are nice and clear. 9 times out of 10, if you're getting that burn back after shutdown, it's bad pellets. Your pellets are just old. They have lost moisture. They're really, really dry. And they're just burning back into your auger tube.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And if you've never actually allowed your grill to run itself empty of pellets and clean the bottom of your auger tube, you may have a bunch of wood dust just accumulated at the bottom of it, which will auger pellets, but also kind of create a little bit of an issue as well. Well, make sure you give us a call. We'll walk you through it. They actually FaceTime up there with you too, so that they can actually see any issues, prevent issues that you're going to have.
As a matter of fact, I was just talking to one of our associates up there, Dylan, and he was telling me he was on a call for an hour and 45 minutes the other night helping a gentleman out with an auger jam. So yeah, they're there. They're here for you guys. We're here for you guys. You can email us. Email me. I am Chef John at recteq. What's your email address?
Jody at recteq, Jody.
That's right. And Chef Greg at recteq. Feel free to give us an email. There are no stupid questions, only stupid answers.
I do have another question, but
yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure y'all answer when y'all doing the ribs.
Ask it.
Ask it anyway.
What glaze have y'all used?
Yeah.
What glaze are we using today, Chef John?
This is the peachy glaze. Now, we have a variety of glazes.
But this specific glaze is actually not a glaze by itself. It's mixed together.
That's right. That's
with,
right.
What was it?
So we wrapped it with the peachy glaze. We also put some unsalted butter in there. We had a chance to add more seasoning, so why not? We put the Rosarooski's honey rib rub in there, and then we put some of that sugar in the raw. Now this made up
Harry's secret sweet sauce.
and Harry's secret sweet sauce. That's right. And this is what made up our wrap. Now you could wrap with whatever you like. You know, you can put in there whatever you like. This is just like basic standard wrap. I do highly suggest though, you use some of the recteq products, like double them up, you know?
Yes,
live your best life. They play very, very well together.
Absolutely. Well. That's what I was saying, that Harry's secret sweet sauce paired with the peachy glaze is a really good combination. Yep. We also have the cherry, the tropical pina colada. Yep. And there's one more.
Is that the pineapple?
The apple pie.
That's what it was, apple pie.
Apple. Yeah, apple cinnamon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Delicious glaze.
Delicious. Yeah.
Available at recteq.com.
Yeah.
Make sure you check them out. Again, up to 15% off on the website right now. So if you're on the fence, go ahead and get it. We are deep into grilling season. It's summer, ladies and gentlemen. So you're really missing out if you haven't taken advantage of all of those sales and specials. So Chef John.
Yes, sir.
Did you want to demo anything for them today? Like a little bit of rib action, maybe a little membrane taking offage?
A little trimming, a little
maybe just a little bit.
Let's do that. Let's do that for the people. Let's do that for the people. All right, guys, we do have some ribs down here.
We're just gonna put them in front, so that way they can check them
There
out.
we go. We do have some ribs down here for you. Let me throw my gloves on real quickie.
So again, while Chef John puts his gloves on, make sure you buy your ribs now, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow, a lot of places are going to be closed, and then a lot of stuff's going to be picked through, right? If they are open.
Yeah.
So make sure you go ahead and
That's the chef tip.
that's a chef tip for sure. Yeah.
All right, so these are our St. Louis style ribs right here.
Okay, and the St. Louis style ribs are going to come from that belly
That's right.
of the pig,
That's right.
and those baby backs are going to come from the either side of that backbone, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, I want to tell y'all a super interesting fact about pigs, right?
No.
So as pigs get larger, they grow extra ribs to support their weight.
Wow,
Right.
interesting.
Isn't that very interesting? So,
Wild.
so on some of these, you will find that the bone doesn't go all the way from the top of the rib to the bottom of the rib. There's some cartilage in there, and that's because the bones are forming right there.
Wow,
Isn't that neat?
neat.
Yeah. All right. So this is how you get them from the grocery store. Look at how great these look, though. There's got a lot of good intermuscular fat in here. That's going to lead to a tasty rib.
Yeah, what are you looking for when you purchase them, Chef John?
I want to check and make sure they have a nice intermuscular fat. I want to check and make sure the thickness is about the same from one end to another. Now, it's not always going to be the same, right? But you just want to get it as close as possible. That's going to help your ribs cook a lot more evenly, right? Devin's working something. We need to stop for a second, Devin? No? Yes? No, we don't.
All right.
Okay, so same thickness, right? Help your ribs cook more evenly, and that's true with anything. Onions, carrots, steaks, like the more even it is on both sides, the more evenly it's going to cook, right?
right.
So that's what I look for first. Second, the intermuscular fat, and once we've got that, I'm bringing those bad boys home, right? I get my ribs frozen because the ribs that you get that are thawed have come in frozen to the grocery store or your big meat packing place. Don't let them fool you.
Nope.
They don't get their ribs fresh. They didn't come in fresh. They came in frozen and they thawed them. So just go ahead and get your frozen ribs. That way you know how long they've always been frozen. They've never thawed out and then been frozen again. That will affect the texture of the meat for sure.
That's right. Very good point.
Yeah.
Another chef tip.
Yeah, another chef tip. All right, so we're gonna take the membrane off. I didn't bring any paper towels.
I'll go get you some.
All right, thank you, Jody. So we're gonna take the membrane off of here. Now, the best way to do the membrane, because you see how wet these ribs are. Scoot over a little bit. Okay. All right, so these things are moist. So the best thing to do is to get a paper towel. Jody's going to grab me some and just dry these things off a little bit, right? And then with a paper towel, it makes it a whole lot easier. Hey, let's put a little light on the dark guy. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, buddy. So with the paper towel, it makes it much easier to grab that membrane. But you can give them just a light, because they're kind of moist. You give them a light little...
Kind of what?
Moist.
Oh, okay.
So you give them a light little tapping to unmoisten them.
A little taparoo.
A little taparoo. Now, you see how I've got this little membrane right here,
Oh, my word.
right? So I'm just going to get my towel in here. I'm just going to start pulling up on this bad boy,
Okay.
right? The towel just makes it so you can have something to grab onto.
Yeah, it gives you some
Some
stickage,
some grip.
grippage.
Yeah, some grippage.
That's your four-wheel drive.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the fish skinners
Yeah.
or anything like that. The paper towel, if we weren't watching Chef John right now, he'd be done already. But since we're watching him, since it's hot outside,
It's all right, though.
these things are slimy
Yeah.
as well.
It's all right, though. We're
Ooh,
going
yeah,
to
you
get it.
gotta
Just don't let it beat you. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Don't let it beat you. We got more paper towel? I see it. And don't be afraid to get more paper towel as well. If your paper towel starts to get wet, it's not going to work. So dry paper towel is going to work the best. And it's really going to allow you to get a grip. Come on.
Yeah. And for those of you that didn't know, we are giving away an X-Fire Pro bundle for our Let Smoke Ring giveaway. So make sure you check that out on all of our social media. All you have to do is share and tag, and you're entered in to win, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it. That's it. All right. So we're going to do some trimming on here. We're going to get all this stuff out of here.
Okay. All right.
We're gonna, this little flat, this mohawk, you're going to find this on the spare ribs. Now, some of them are going to be a lot larger than this, but you're just going to pull it up, and we're just going to trim that bad boy off, just straight across, right?
And what does that do for us, Chef John?
Well, this part, anything that's like thin piece or anything that's hanging over is going to burn, right? So we want to eliminate that so that nothing's crispy. We don't have any crispy parts on there. Everything is nice and juicy and smooth,
Yep.
right? So at this point, you're pretty much there, right? If you bought these ribs, I wouldn't necessarily tell you to trim up too much more. I'm just going to make it kind of even, right? Take off anything that is hanging over. But you can really just season these up at this point.
And I'm a huge fan of taking off this bone right here, just because like every time I go to wrap them, it's that bone that's going to poke through
Good call.
of the aluminum foil. So that's. But again, you don't have to.
That. I love that.
I like to go ahead and remove it because every time I leave it on there, it pokes through.
I love that, Jody. I love it. Sugar Shack.
Shellback barbecue.
Shellback.
That's it, right? That's the song. Shellback barbecue set. I use my recteq daily. Wouldn't imagine a food truck without them.
I love it. All right, so now these are ready, right? Now, personally, I don't like that little chine bone that's on top of the rib. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I just like to cut it out. Anything that I'm not going to eat, I go ahead and cut it out. So what I do is I find the chine bone, right? And how you do it is you just feel
cartilage, right?
It is. It's a little piece of cartilage right in between the top and the bottom of that rib. So you just, if you find it, if you find the bone and you run your finger up the bone, you'll find like a little indentation, right? And then you just make a mark on that indentation.
Guideline, yeah.
Yeah, a little guideline. And then you just cut straight through.
Nice.
Follow that mark. And there you go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, as Jody says.
And you can leave that on there, ladies and gentlemen. This just like really cleans up these ribs, makes them very, very consistent.
Yeah. But when you go to like a barbecue competition or like a barbecue show, these are those rib tips they sell you for like $15.
Yeah.
That's what this is right here. Right. So now we have these perfect ribs. They look absolutely delicious. So what I like to do at this point is, because the top of it is like the pièce de résistance, it's what everyone sees first.
Side,
yeah, it's a presentation side. We go ahead and season the bottom first, right? So I got my honey rib rub. We're going to season that bone side first. Now, another thing that people make, where they make their mistake is, they'll go ahead and flip this rib over right now, and they will season the other side. If you don't let this rib absorb the seasoning, all that stuff's just going to fall right off. Now, you could use mustard as a binder, and that's why people do that. They use the binder so that seasoning doesn't fall off. Okay. But in this Georgia heat, it's only going to take a few minutes to make sure that that stuff is well adhered to the rib. Right? Then we'll flop that over. We're going to do this side. Wrap them up with the same stuff, right? Put a little butter in there, a little brown sugar. Yep. Wrap them for 2 hours. And then we're going to pull them off.
That's right.
And let them rest for an
hour. That's right.
And that's what we're going to get right there.
And we're going to get, this is going to be what we end up with. This is going to be our finished product, ladies and gentlemen. These ribs look absolutely amazing. We got these ready. And again, if you wanted to cook them today and reheat them tomorrow for the 4th,
that's a good idea.
You just leave them in this, cut them up, you leave them in this aluminum foil, or get yourself a recteq disposable aluminum pan, put the top on it, 275 to 300 degrees for an hour-ish.
Shoot, yeah.
Those things are reheated to perfection.
Shoot, yeah. I love it.
Right?
I think we've given everybody out there a good 101 on how to make their 4th of July absolutely amazing. Don't do burgers, or do burgers and dogs if you like, but also let's kick it up a notch, America. What is it? Isn't it 250 years for America?
That's right. And it's National Rib Day.
Let's get
tomorrow.
It. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Let's crank it up for the 4th. Let's take it all the way to a 10. Let's get some ribs. Let's do some delicious ribs. Go check out the website. Pick you out 4 or 5 delicious sides and make your 4th of July amazing.
Got a lot of new stuff on the website. Like Chef John said, we got smaller sizes of seasonings as well. We've got the new griddle. It's got 2 sizes. It's got a grill side, and then it's got a flat griddle side. Go check it out. We got 2 sizes of that. Lots of new amazing accessories on the website. But remember, the reason why these ribs turned out so good is because of the set it and forget it PID technology that the recteq provides us, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we set it at 300 degrees. It's going to hold 300 degrees.
Yes, sir.
We set it at 250 degrees. It's going to hold 250 degrees.
Well, how long will it hold it, Jody? You said it'll hold him. How long will it hold it?
Absolutely. It'll hold a temperature for as long as it has fuel in its hopper, Chef John.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's right, absolutely. And with larger hoppers and higher temperatures, with that PID controller, we're just much better of an answer for folks out there. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for hanging out with us today on this prepubescent July 4th episode of How to Cook Ribs, why the 3-2-1 method is wrong on the internet, and why we are right. That's right. Because these ribs look absolutely amazing. They're not disgusting. They're not squishy. They're not absolutely fall off the bone. 3 hours cooked, 2 hours cooked, 1 hour's rested, 5 hours total. Don't forget it. That's what's true on the internet.
That's what I'm telling you. We would lie for you. We wouldn't lie to you. So feel free to hit us up through email. Give us a call, 706-922-0890. We are waiting, expecting, wanting your call.
Absolutely. We love you, ladies and gentlemen. Happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday, America.
I want to send a special shout out to my sister-in-law and brother-in-law for having their first baby. Harrison. Congratulations, Harrison. Welcome to this world, sir.
This world.
My first nephew.
Uncle Jody.
Yeah, Uncle Jody. We'll see you in a little bit, buddy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Happy birthday, America. From everybody here at the worldwide headquarters of recteq.
God bless you.
God bless the United States.
And we will see you
at the recteq.